Winning the Fritz Pölking Junior Prize is something very special to me because I bring a story about my city and the passion about urban wildlife in the place where I live. Rome is a very busy city with cars and people everywhere, and to find some species I had to come out when people are not around, so during night or at sunrise, and it was surprising to see this city without any people, with empty spaces. That it is a very rare thing here in Rome. When I saw the first time the wild boars just few meters from my house, I was very surprised because I searched for them a lot of time on the mountains, in the forest, in wild places. But I started thinking about why they are within a great city like Rome, and which consequences these things bring with this presence. Wild boars are just one of the most iconic species in cities, but there are plenty more, like seagulls, rats, Myocastor coypus, and a lot of birds inhabiting urban places. And every species has a single story that brings them within urban habitats. For example, in cities there are a lot of food resources, both for mammals and for birds. And cities offer also a lot of refugee places, like nests for birds or undisturbed places for great mammals and other species. There are a lot of obvious challenges for urban wildlife, like animals eaten by cars or birds crashing on the windows of the buildings, but there is something more hidden within some species. Due to global warming and humans' introductions, we have a lot of alien species within cities, due to the lack of predators in some cases, and one of them are the parakeets. They caused a lot of damage to fruit crops and also to other native species like bats and pasturing birds within the cities. So this is another example of bad impacts of human activities on wildlife. As a scientist, I always want to learn more and go deep in the processes I'm observing, and photography just pushes me forward on this process. For example, I spent a lot of time observing peregrine falcons on the Colosseum from the ground, and then I decided to change my perspective. And the same was for the wolf. I followed this individual for a lot of nights with my camera traps and my thermal camera, and then I decided to try to photograph it during daytime at sunrise. Photography can be a very powerful tool to tell the stories of these unknown neighbors we have in cities, and can make people aware about the life of a lot of species and a lot of animals that are inhabiting our houses, our gardens, and our urban parks. This kind of awareness is what we need to make real this coexistence and to cohabit with a lot of different species in urban habitats.